Hello, my name is Nanji, and today is my 25th birthday. Yay! So, I want to share 25 things that I learned by 25. The first one is that it's okay to be different. I spent much of my childhood and teenage years worrying about why I was so weird. I'm feeling like I didn't fit anywhere. Now I know that my quirkiness makes me special, and I don't need to belong to feel like a complete, valuable person. The less traveled road is often the best one. I don't need to be doing what everybody else is doing. I can create my own path based on my values and passions and not on peer pressure. Taking reasonable risks has been a more rewarding experience, an educational experience, than following a path set by other people. Every failed relationship is a learning experience. Every person I meet is a person that can help me understand what I truly want from my relationships. Even if the relationship doesn't work, I was brave enough to try, put myself out there, and figure out what makes me happy. Money comes and goes. Invest it wisely. If I think about all the money I have spent in my whole life, how much have I saved? And how much has gone to truly valuable experiences? If I think about the things that will matter the most to me when I'm in my deathbed, I won't care about how much money I made, but I'll remember the quality of my life experiences, the relationships I had, and the impact I had on the people around me. I use money on what makes me happy now and what will make me happy in the future, such as investing for retirement. Traveling is one of my true passions. It's not about the lavish life. It's not about the digital nomad life. It's about the thrill of discovering new places, meeting new people, appreciating the arts, the food, the nature, and the experience of being human. I discovered my passion through hard work, not by getting obsessed with finding the passion. When I was a child, I didn't think I would grow up to become a medical interpreter. I've discovered my true passion by working hard and seeing positive results both personally and on other people's lives. Had I gotten obsessed with finding the passion, I would have never got started on anything. I feel happy to do something that fulfills me and has helped me find many other passions through it. Sexism and racism have far more influence on my life than I was aware of. It's been an incredibly eye opening experience to see how much of my blackness has been suppressed by white European and American standards present in my family, in the schools I went to, the friends I've had, the partners I've had, and society at large. It's worth making an effort to connect with my true roots and change the script of the man dependent female. It's worth fighting for feminism and anti racism. People will tell me what I can and cannot do, even people who love me, but I shouldn't believe them. When people speak of my limitations, they are just really saying what their limitations are. As long as I believe in myself and work really hard, I can achieve almost anything. I'm confident that if I shoot for the moon and miss, I'll at least land among the stars, which is a much more successful place to begin with. And I wouldn't be there if I had decided not to try or believe those self limiting beliefs. I'm a valuable person, period. I've had very low self esteem since I was a very teeny tiny Nanji, but over time I've learned that I'm a person full of talents and potential. I don't need people's validation to know my worth. Bullying myself is not a good way to push myself to do better. I can have a healthy self esteem without being complacent. I can love myself and keep working hard to improve myself. It's not mutually exclusive. It's okay to be lost sometimes. My life doesn't need to be perfectly planned. It's okay to wander because you always find a way to fall into the exact place you need to be. The nature of who I am will show me where to go. Trust your intuition, it's almost always right. I have a pretty good intuition. Sometimes it's overwhelming. I've learned not to dismiss my own gut feelings because in 100% of cases, this gut feeling is trying to tell me something really important about myself or others. Even if I don't follow through the feeling, there is something to be learned from it. You can only 100% trust yourself. People change, situations change. The only constant in my life is me. So I want to become the very best person I can be for my present and future self. I can be kind to myself. I am my own company that will never leave. Finding meaning to my pain helps me find happiness in life. Suffering, in a greater or lesser degree, is part of life, and that's okay. Finding the meaning behind my suffering gives me a reason to keep going. I can endure almost anything as long as I know there is a reason to go through this pain and fulfill my bigger purpose. Life is more complicated than toxic positivity. Powering through all situations with positive thoughts is not the key to a true happy life. Life is filled with many gray areas and not too positive and negative extremes. It's okay to feel the pain. My emotions and thoughts are much more complex than a positive or negative tag. All my emotions and thoughts are worth exploring to learn and grow from them, instead of pretending to be a 100% positive person all the time. I'm not a productivity machine. I don't need to be working all the time to achieve peak productivity. I don't have to postpone rest or happiness for the future. My value doesn't depend on my work output. Discipline and effort over a long period of time yield better results than day by day productivity masochism. Weight is very different to beauty. After struggling with my weight and self image since I was a teenager, I learned that even if I'm overweight and regardless of what my scale reads, I'm a beautiful person. I know that I have to take care of my own health and lose weight, but acknowledging that doesn't mean that I'm worthless or ugly. I'm a perfectly beautiful, overweight woman, and I do my best to exercise and eat healthy to take care of my future self. The internet is amazing and almost boundless. I see how all the years I've spent online in front of a computer have shaped me as a person and developed many of my skills. I'm grateful to be able to connect with people worldwide. I'm starting to rethink my social, personal, and professional life in virtual environments. I think learning how to code programming languages is going to be a skill most of us will need in the future. Not all thoughts and feelings need to be shared. A relationship is not about understanding every little minuscule aspect of a person's character. It's okay to keep things to myself as part of my privacy and relationship with myself. Overextending myself for other people won't make them appreciate me more, but value my comfort a lot less. I don't always have to turn the other cheek. or bend over backwards to make things work with people. I can just go or end that relationship. Forcing things never leads to something good. And lastly, my solitude is not a disadvantage. It's the nature of who I am. I'm an introverted, introspective, and sensitive person. Society tells us that we have to be loud and extroverted, that we need to be around other people that completes us. But I've come to terms with being happy by myself. Plan your retirement in your 20s and invest as early as possible. I think growing up, nobody taught me how to become wealthy. It was just assumed that you were whatever economic class you were, and there was nothing you can do about it. Reading financial books, learning about the stock market, managing my money wisely, thinking about alternative streams of income has been really helpful and gives me a robust sense of financial security in the future. Managing unexpected events is an ongoing life skill. My life doesn't need to be in perfect balance all the time to make meaningful progress. If anything, giving my best in less than ideal situations teaches me how to make do with the resources I have available. Problems can be opportunities to come up with creative solutions, not just annoyances. The only competition is against myself. Comparing myself to others is pointless. I have unique strengths and weaknesses, irrespective of other people. I only want to compete against my old self to become a better future self. Stress comes in different shapes and forms. I, conf- I confused getting stressed with getting overwhelmingly upset. Stress sometimes can look like a bit of a muscle ache, a mild headache, stiff neck, inability to focus, or emotional sensitivity. Sometimes I will get so consumed by stress that I will think that that was my natural self. Stress is not me. I've learned to identify my stressed self and my relaxed self. Happiness is here and now. I don't need to have accomplished all of my goals to be happy. I can be happy during the process, including all of the hard work and the mistakes and successes. I can be as happy as I expect to be in the future, but now in the present moment. I can fully enjoy myself in the present moment.